Today I want to talk to you about a few different apps and phone techniques that you can download on your phone or you can put on your phone to just make use of the time that you either spend on your phone, that you spend on different apps on your phone like social media or email, and just a couple of apps that can help better your life. Like they're things that can maintain your productivity, can help you achieve some of your goals, and in all honesty, they make me like a better person, some of these apps. So if you're interested in any of them, I will link them down below, and I'm just gonna go right into sharing what they are. Now, just because they benefit me does not mean that they might benefit you. I just think that they are general, really good things that you can have to enhance your life in different parts of your life. So without further ado, I'll get into that. I have 4 apps that I want to talk to you about. I have my phone right here. And the first one that I want to go into is probably one that can be universally used by anybody and beneficial, and that is the app called Sleep Cycle. So let's just figure this out for a second. There you go, that one made me a little bit dark there. So it's called Sleep Cycle, and what it does is, first of all, if you don't want to use it for the actual purpose, you can just use it as an alarm. But what it does is it tracks your sleep cycles that you sleep like every night with. So a typical sleep cycle is between, I think it's an hour to an hour and a half. And every night you should be getting about 5 or 6 sleep cycles to be having a well-rested sleep. And this is what it'll show you. You leave it on your table close by, or just not in your bed with you. So if you sleep with your phone, that might adjust what the results are. And it's able to show you your movement by sound. It just kind of listens through the microphone, and that's how you can see what your sleep quality is every night. So for example, it says that, I'll just read it to you. It says that I got to sleep I was in bed for 8 hours and 14 minutes, but my actual time spent asleep was 7 hours and 26 minutes, and that the sleep quality was 90%. So before downloading Sleep Tracker, I would have told you that I need like 8 to 9 hours of sleep to function every day. But through using this and by identifying my good sleeping patterns, I've realized that I actually only need like 7 to 7.5 hours, or I just need to be getting at least, I think it was like 3 or 4 sleep cycles. Like when I get 3 or 4 really good sleep cycles, I feel really well rested throughout the day. Another thing that it will show you is how many minutes you fell asleep after. It's not always perfect, but it's a pretty good estimate of when you fell asleep, when you woke up, if you snore. Now, some people, if you snore, that can mean that you're not restful or you're having some breathing issues. So it can help identify different things like that. And it just has some different alarm sounds. I've honestly used it. If I show, where can I show my calendar? I use it, the orange is the days that I've used it. I use it almost every day. I've been using it. I discovered it this time last year, and oh my God, it's made a difference in my life and just understanding my sleeping patterns better. So the first app is Sleep Cycle. Second app that I want to talk to you about is all about getting a little bit more mindful about your life, your choices, your goals, your daily actions, and that is the app called Headspace. Now, you may have seen it because it is on advertisements literally everywhere. I don't know if it's just because I use it that I get advertisements for it a lot, but it's also a very popular, like probably one of the most popular meditation apps, and for me, it's my favorite one because I've used apps, I don't even know what they were called, but I've used YouTube videos, and to me, just the consistency with having an app that I meditate to really benefits me, my mental health, my mindfulness, everything that I choose to do throughout my day. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning these things is because first of all, they're free, and second of all, they're actually for the iPhone. I don't know if Android, any of the other phones have them or not. I'd assume so, but I can't be 100% sure, so that's my bad if so. But Headspace, so if you're looking to get a little bit more clear and calm about your daily decisions, they have a free version that has about 30 different meditations to it. And I don't know why it's not showing me mine right now, but some of them include topics on restlessness, mindful eating, patience, balance, training, kindness, and this is just the free version. So you can probably, if you're somebody who meditates every day, you get 1 month of free meditation. That is proven by, I think he's a monk, the guy who started it, or he did some sort of retreat in, I heard his TED Talk, but now of course I'm forgetting it, and that's okay. But I actually discovered the app back before I competed for Miss Canada, and it was actually about 3 weeks before going out to the Miss Canada competition that I'd watched I don't think it was a TED Talk, but it was a presentation about meditation and how it can make you 10% happier. I think the guy who presented it was Dan. If I can find that, I'll link it down below. And so then I got more interested in wanting to do it. I had done meditation before, but never consistently. So that is when I found the app Headspace, and I'm not joking. It is the reason why I won Miss Canada, because I just felt so calm, clear, level-headed, and I know in my daily life that when I'm meditating, I'm a happier person. I am more emotionally balanced. I'm more tolerable to be around, which is kind of odd to say, but the next app that I want to talk about is the app called Lifesum, which I am always raving about. It's we're gonna get me out of there for a moment. It's a food tracking app, so you can see that's my food intake, those are my vegetables, and it can show you like your macros as well. So Lifesum is a free food tracking app. They do have a paid version, which I do have right now, but honestly, I don't think that you would need it whatsoever. And it is just about helping you make more mindful choices when you eat. If you're somebody that doesn't want to track your food every day, that's totally okay. Maybe that's not feasible with your time, but you can track things like your water intake, your fruit intake, your vegetable intake, your exercise, like anything that you want to do, you can put it into Lifesum and just track that in your own way. And then if you do want to take it a step farther and track your macros, your protein, fats, and carbohydrates, you can do that. It does that all in the free version. And so for me, again, if you were to look through the amount of times that I've used Lifesum, I use it pretty much every single day. And I'm someone who enjoys tracking my food. I enjoy weighing my food. If I'm not tracking and like knowing what I'm eating, chances are I'm like binging and overeating. This just helps me stay on track with my own personal goals, and it just makes me be more mindful about what I'm eating. So if I see that I haven't checked off one of the little broccoli guys that they have there, I know that I need to start eating some vegetables throughout the day, because for me, I put that I want to eat at least 3 servings of greens every day, and that's just a good way to track it. It's a good visual way to look at it. So there are many food tracking apps out there. For me, this is just the one that I use. And whenever I'm not feeling inspired about what I want to eat, they also have recipes on there based on your own eating plan. So they can find out different things like, what's your diet? You would input that. Like, I'm a vegetarian, so it would give me vegetarian-based meals. So if I'm ever, like I said, feeling inspired, I don't want to cook, I can go to their recipes and maybe just find something really easy and simple that I want to make that I wouldn't have thought of without the app. So that's another really great one. So we have one for sleep, we have one for mood, we have one for our nutrition and our eating patterns. And then the last app that I want to talk about is maybe something that not everyone would be interested in, but if you are, it's such a great resource, and that is Duolingo. So that's oh my God, my phone, come on. Let's get this together. Okay, so you missed it, but he's a little owl. Duolingo. Forget it. And it is a mostly free, again, I don't know if they have a paid version. I don't have the paid version of that. I only have the full version, the full paid version of Lifesum, like I said. So Duolingo I've been using for probably like 3 years now to try and learn Spanish. I have been more consistent practicing every day because I do want that to improve by the end of the year. I just always loved the Spanish culture, and now that I have a Spanish boyfriend and his family's all Spanish, I really enjoy learning from them, talking to them in their native language. But I'm still at like a grade 1 of reading and speaking level. But Duolingo has so many lessons that you can go through to learn many different languages. It doesn't have every languages, but you can have several courses that you go through. And my goal every day is just to practice for 5 minutes. And I know so much more Spanish than I would have ever had it not been for Duolingo. But Duolingo allows me to practice something that I'm really interested in and passionate about in a free, easy, fun way. So those are the 4 apps that I highly recommend, that you can add a little bit more mindfulness, a little bit more clarity, and I want to use a different description word, but just to lead a better life and to live a more purposeful life every single day. And even though they might not resonate with you, maybe a couple will. And if you try them out, please let me know. I would love to see if they help you as much as they help me. Next is 2 different phone tips and tricks to be more mindful about when you use your phone, and how to just have a better connection and relationship with your phone and in your life. And 2 things that I recommend for your phone use to either A, limit your phone use, or be more mindful about your phone use. And again, I know that these are more so for the iPhone. Why is this as big as my head? These are for the iPhone. I don't know if Android has them or not, but definitely look into them just in case they do, would be to set limits on your screen time. So the iPhone has this ability to limit the amount of time that you use on certain apps. Like you can set it to be an hour or so, 2 hours, whatever you want that to be. What I'm recommending to start off with is just putting it in sleep mode almost from the hours that you're sleeping. So all of those apps, every app on your phone, except for I think it's your alarm and the phone like calling app and the messenger app, are all going to be turned off. You will not have access to them. You'd have to click on them and then click enable access for 15 minutes, 1 hour, or for the whole day. And again, this is just to remind yourself that you are going to sleep. It's not going to be beneficial for you to be absorbing information right before you go to bed. It's going to it's going to limit your ability to be more restful and calm and actually fall asleep in an easy, quick manner. So that's the first thing. If you go under, let me see, I'm going to walk us through this. If you go under settings, screen time, which is like right at the top, and then downtime, that's what it is. So set yourself a downtime. Mine is from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. just because that's generally when I'm sleeping. And I just make sure I'm not using any social media, email apps, like things that you really don't need to use when you're in the middle of the night or when you're trying to go to sleep. So that is the first thing. And the second thing is to turn off your notifications for social media and email. This was one told to me by my friend Kirsten. Thank you so much. I'm telling you right now, girl, you're amazing. And I'd started doing this with a few of my social media apps like Instagram when I noticed I was getting a little bit more notifications when I would post. Immediately that's where my attention would go to. And I just felt like I wasn't in control of my day. It was like when I get an email, when I would get a social media notification, that's where my attention went. And then it was almost like my day wasn't even planned because it was just dependent on what was going on my phone, on social media, on my networks, on my email. And that's not how I want to live my life. I want to be in control of my day and my choices. So what I did is I turned off all notifications for all my email, all my social media. And what I mean by all my email, I have like 6 emails because I have Gmail, Hotmail, I don't even know. I've got business emails, personal emails, pageant emails, like just so many different emails, and then social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And then this allows me to decide when I want to go on and check those notifications. I'm no longer being distracted by a notification popping up on my phone and immediately going to that. I'm able to say, when I'm on a break or when I wake up, if I'm in the middle of a workout, I'm choosing to go on these and check to see if I have a notification that I need to check or an email I need to respond to. It just is going to eliminate some unnecessary phone time that you wouldn't typically want in your life if you're getting work done or if you're with friends or family or if you're in the middle of a workout. And it's human nature to go to something when a notification pops up. So that is something that I've done, is setting a downtime from 11 to 7 p.m. and then also turning off all notifications for social media and email on my phone. And if you want to take it a step farther and turn off notifications for like every single app, you can do that as well. But that's just what I'm suggesting to start off with if you're not familiar with that. Those are just a few different apps and some tips and tricks to eliminate your phone use. I don't want to say eliminate your phone use because I use this thing every day. It's not going anywhere. It's probably still going to be something in our lives for a very long time, but just to be more mindful about our phone use and make sure that we are getting the most out of it and that it is not inhibiting our health, our life, our wellness, and that it's actually an accessory to helping us be the best version of ourselves and live our ideal life. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe below because I'm going to be making content probably every week. That's the whole goal for 2020, just to help you create your ideal life as well. And if you want to get to know me a little bit more, connect with me on my social media. I'll link those down below. And like I said, if you try any of these apps or any of these phone tips and tricks, please let me know. You can leave a comment. I will check those and be responding to them as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.